hosting. We will be presenting Touhou 12 Undefined Fantastic Object. Our lovely guests this episode are ZM and Mino, and we are going to show off a world record replay by KG using Sanai-B, extra replay 710 million using Marissa A by Nyamu, and parts of a hard mode replay by Shin.
Hi, I'm ZM.
And I'm Mino. I'm just here to tag along.
Yeah.
So, do we have all the replays, or should we discuss things before we start them?
I guess I can talk about what exactly we're going to show when it comes to each replay. So, Mino, Zangeku, and I, we actually talked about KG's replay on Mino's LP series. But Sapphire wanted to she wanted to start the show, and UFO was one of her first choices, and because we've done this before, this would be the best way to start the series. So we're going to show all of KG's replay, and we're going to show all of Nyamu's replay, because his Marissa A 710 mil is the first 700 mil that's not just an IB shot type. So that's going to be interesting to see, and the routing in that stage portion is amazing. And when we show Shin's hard mode replay, we're going to show some bits and pieces, specifically in stage 3, because it's a very iconic replay, and I can also explain why hard mode scores pretty close to Lunatic mode. So we can begin whenever you're ready, Sapphire.
Alright. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Alright, so should we go 3, 2, 1, go?
Yep, I will bring up... Okay, on KG replay.
Yep.
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1, go.
Alright, so we are beginning stage 1. And so, what should we talk about first? Should we talk about the UFOs or the Greys?
We should talk about the UFOs first.
Yeah, okay. Did you wanna, or...
Oh, I can go ahead, yeah. Okay, so for UFO scoring, you want to optimize PIV gain as much as possible in the first few stages. That PIV gain is going to become super important later on. So KG's opting for, well, we know the UFO system by now, but if you don't know because most of us are Touhou fanatics, but if you don't know the UFO system, red UFOs, when you summon them, they give you life pieces. 4 life pieces give you a full extend. Green UFOs give you a bomb if you throw it up all the way. If not, then you get a bomb piece. But if you throw it up all the way, you get the bomb and the bomb piece. And 3 bomb pieces make a 4 bomb. Blue UFOs are your score gain. When they throw up all the way, it's a ×8 multiplier, so every point item in the UFO gets multiplied ×8, depending on your PIV too. And rainbow UFOs reverse power items and point items. And it's a ×4 multiplier, so rainbow UFOs aren't as some... Well, rainbow UFOs, you wouldn't think that they're as important as blue UFOs, but they're super important. And this run, we're going to see nothing but blue UFOs and rainbow UFO summon, because KG is opting for no red UFO route and no green UFO route. So every resource he gets from the bosses are the only resources he's going to get throughout the entire run.
So, yeah. Basically, to get the highest score you can, you're going to want to raise this thing called your point item value, which you can see under your power right now. He's got about 25,000. Your point item value is going to be equal to your Greys. However, if you obtain... Okay, so when a UFO is spawned on screen, you can still collect tokens, and they won't actually go into your stock to summon more UFOs. They'll just disappear. However, you'll get a bonus to your point item value. So for each token you gather while a UFO is summoned, you get 1,000 point item value. So, you definitely see this early on as well. He's going to try to optimize his grazing and summon a lot of rainbow UFOs, because when a rainbow UFO is filled, I don't know if ZM said this earlier, I think he did, but I'll just say it anyway. When a rainbow UFO is filled, you'll notice a token will spawn on screen. A lot of rainbows are going to be summoned early on to get those extra tokens for that extra 1,000 PAV. And it is worth it. It all adds up.
Very worth it. And as you can see, he's oh, what's up?
I was gonna say shout out to Zangetsu.
Oh yeah. I hope Zengeku's watching this right now. As you can see, he wants to milk basically every non, and most nons actually. Most of the nons you'll see in the early game are definitely going to be milked, because all the grays, it just stacks up after a while. And Nazarene actually gives tons of grays in stage 1, so it's definitely worthwhile to do that. As you can see, he's gonna super graze Gold Detector, because thankfully it's a razor spell, so you know how razors are, they give tons of PIV. Oh, there he is! Hi, Zangetsu.
Alright, this graze is actually a little bit tricky too, because as far as I know, those little rice pellet things are a little bit random too, aren't they? So you gotta do a little bit of dodging. They can kind of blend in with the laser clouds, so if you're not really careful, it can be very tricky. But Keiichi's awesome, so he can handle it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna be timing down the non-spells too, and it might not, it might not seem like a lot, but as ZM said, it's all worth it. It all adds up.
Also, because Pearl mentioned this in chat, but it's probably a joke, but cancers in UFO don't mean much at all. I mean, there's some parts where you want to get a pretty good cancer, like we'll see later on Show's fight. You want to get a pretty decent cancer on the second non, but for the most part, this isn't like a game of good cancers like IN. What else has good cancers?
Moth.
Oh, Moth, yeah. But yeah, UFO's not like those, because UFO cancers don't really mean that much.
And have you mentioned, like, UFO filling up and stuff like that? Well, yeah, obviously you have.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, just to recap, it's, a blue UFO will gather all of the power input items on screen, multiply it by 8, and then the rainbow will take all of the power input items and reverse it. So, like, if you get a bunch of power items to the rainbow UFO, it'll turn into point items and you'll get a 4 times multiplier.
Yeah, mentioned that. It's nice to recount it, because this is a stage where we'll see some pretty good rainbows come into play.
And right now, you might notice that he is not grabbing the UFO but staying close to it. That is because UFOs won't change color when you're near them. And you can use this to manipulate. And the UFO will also stay longer on screen, because in order to leave the screen, the UFO token has to like cycle through a certain number of color changes, right?
Yep.
So by delaying that UFO going off screen, he can save it for when he needs it at around here.
And this is where we see the first example of a very good rainbow.
Yes.
Because this section has a bunch of power items that turn into point items because of this rainbow.
And if you notice there, he gathered a whole bunch of tokens while that UFO was summoned, which gave him a lot of PIV.
This time down is very important, because this is the mid boss is part of the stage. So if you skip the mid, so you can't skip the mid boss because you lose out on the life piece, you miss out on spell bonus, and you miss out on, well, you get your grace, but still the spell bonus and the life piece are important. But since this is this mid boss part of the stage, you want to time this down to delay the stage portion later on, because that's super important for the UFO summon that we'll see at the end of the stage.
Alright, so now the mid-boss has ended, so he's going to want to summon another UFO. Obviously, it's going to be a rainbow UFO, because we can see he's got a red and a green token so far. You can see he's waiting a little bit, because he wanted those 2 enemies to go on screen. The 2 big sunflower fairies with the UFOs flying over their head. Those drop some more tokens for him. He's going to fill up the UFO with all the red items that are appearing near the end of the stage, get a nice 22 mil bonus, and then pick up a blue token for stage 3.
That's probably one of the more annoying UFO correction portions of the game, in my opinion, because it's pretty tricky to me, and you have to move fast. But thankfully, Snivy does a good job at it. That'd be kind of even more trickier. So.
Oh, and he's also positioning himself for a super grace. Kogasa is very infamous in this game for being very grazed, and lots of safe spot grazing, which means he's basically going to time down every non-spell and the first spell and just sit in these bullet clouds, because I don't know if it's like this in other shmups, but in Touhou, definitely, whenever there's like bullet clouds like that, you can just stay inside of their spawn point and get a whole bunch of grays, so yeah. And you can see he's not just sitting still too, he's like chasing the bullet cloud to get a little bit of extra grays just to optimize it.
And you also see on the first spell, he hugs the umbrella boards too to get some extra grays before he goes back to hug Kogasa. Also, Sanai B is not going to capture the spell card, because her exploding frogs would make the umbrellas just explode, which would make it super dangerous to stay under Kogasa. Other shot types don't have to worry about this problem because they don't have splash damage, but Sanai B just has to time out the spell.
Luckily, the spell bonuses are very tiny in this game, so it's not too big of a loss.
Yeah. Well, in the early game, the spell bonuses aren't much. In the late game, spell bonuses are very high, so...
Yeah. Blah. Also, you might notice he's not bottom hugging on this because this non-spell is a little more dangerous if you're like at the very, very bottom of the screen. And also, moving upwards like lets him get more graze too, I guess, because he's grazing both waves.
Yep. Also, I think it's kind of cool how he just, when he's done with a rave, he just like touches the tops of the boards when they come down. As I said before, the graze just stacks up. Every night there are small super graze.
That was swaggy right there. Okay, and now the second spell is just a bunch of random dodging. We're not really going to see anything here other than just killing it.
Yeah, he just wants to capture the rest of Kogasa's spells. There's really nothing to see. Did all of grazing he could do.
Yeah, a lot of the boss fights in this game, barring like Ichiran, are just like lots of like speed kills and such, right?
For the most part, just typical survival. Sanai B has some pretty cool tricks on Byakuren though, as we'll see.
Oh yeah. Alright, now for stage 3, which I really thought was fun when I was scoring this game way back in the day.
Oh, it's a very good stage. Definitely my favorite. It's my second favorite after stage 5. Even though I probably have a... Oh, what's up?
Would you consider this the most eventful stage?
Oh, yeah. Because stage 5 is just difficult, but I kind of have a love-hate relationship with stage 5. It's fun, but it's also hard. But this stage, I enjoy the grazes in this stage. Like, I thought I'd hate them, but when I figured them out, I enjoyed them.
And as you can see, he got a blue UFO because his PIV is high enough to warrant them, and he's going to get a lot of points for this UFO, 62 mil, and they're going to get even bigger later in the game.
That's just the first big UFO on 62 mil.
Alright, now for epic crazy ZM mastering graze, which is like hard.
Yeah, this graze is definitely the hardest graze trick in Lunatic. And it's essential if you want to get a very high score in this game, because this graze is just so plentiful. With Sanai, it gives about 10k graze, 9k, 10k graze if you do it well. Unfortunately, he made a mistake right there and died, which lost him some graze. And then, because spins are dangerous, he opts to bomb for safety. And if I remember correctly, he got about 8.3k from that graze, which could be better, but it's still a very nice number to get.
Would he have gotten like 3.4 bill if he had gotten that extra 2k graze?
It's definitely one of the things that would have helped him to get 3.4 bill. His stage 3 in general is not as optimal as it could be. And I'll explain that in more detail when we get the boss issue.
Alright, now I always like this part too. Basically, it's a bunch of memorized safe spots with the bullet clouds.
Also, to answer a question from chat, who has the better graze skills, KG or Shin? I would honestly have to go with Shin for that one, but it's a very hard choice.
Shin is still on top. We'll see when we get to the hard mode replay.
Another great blue UFO. I think it's our first 100 plus one.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna go back to rainbows. Because I believe the very last UFO of the stage is when, like, there's the part where there are all the red berries, right?
Yep.
Also more PIV too. Yeah.
Also, it's pretty cool how before he killed that one big fairy, he safe spotted it and got some extra grace from that.
Yeah. Oh, the inevitable decryption jokes.
We already decrypted a while ago.
Alright, now for a grace that's easier than the mid-boss one, but can't be underestimated.
Yeah, especially if you're Sanaya Marissa, this is kind of tricky to do. If you're what's up?
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say what you just said. It's pretty easy with Reimu, I think.
Yeah. And Marissa just, I don't like her with Marissa. And on hard mode, it's even harder to do. And I'll touch on that. Hard mode has a bunch of interesting stuff. I can't wait to touch upon it.
So yeah, he's just positioning himself back to that area so that he can graze the spawning of the green bullets, and then he's gonna rush to the edge of the ring so that he can graze the lasers as well. This is like 13k graze, right?
With Sanai, yes.
I haven't forgotten everything.
I hope you score UFO again. I can help out this time because I actually know the game now. Well, I mean, I've always known the game, but I know it a lot more now.
Yeah, you've been working really hard. You've got like 2.7.
Yeah.
Okay, now for the very infamous King Kraken Strike, which is just lots of purple bullets hiding in like the fog of the fists, and yeah, it's hard, I guess.
This spell is infamous. Even KG even admitted that he hates this spell, just because it can be annoying to read.
Ah, swag! Oh, but he's gonna bomb at the end because, I guess you can't get out of that, or...
Oh, you can get out of it. He just wanted some extra grace. He had an extra bomb to spend, so that's why he used it right there. But yeah, that's the static, the first wave is always static, so you can memorize it and perform that. I've seen Harukawa do that in his Rainbow A runs. I'm sorry if this is boring, Sapphire. It's got a time down nonce.
Got any thoughts so far, Sapphire? I guess because we're going to be doing seeing a lot of timing out and stuff, so...
Not really beyond... Holy crap, that's a lot of timeouts.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry if it's boring, but...
Oh no, it's fine. It's kind of hard to commentate timeouts.
Oh, it's fine. It'll all work out in the end, trust me.
Also, I love that first wave we did.
Oh yeah. Mino, if you saw the Reimu B replay and his Lunatic 2.9 of Reimu B, he actually save spots the third 9 tries. So he performs 2 successful waves on it.
Wow. Some PCB shit right there. Alright, and now for a very semi-interesting spell, because there's lots of, grace spotting.
And this comes into the mistake I was talking about before. When he gets into the spot, he actually dies right away.
Damn. How much is that as a loss? That must be like 1,000 or 2, right?
Yeah, that's like a 1k raw right there.
That's hard.
And then he has to then I think later on, he kind of messes up again on it, but I don't remember. We'll just have to... Oh yeah, he died again. Wasted about 500 grays right there. And it adds up.
And he has 84,000, which is still very, very good.
Fortunately, but it's still very good. Oh, it's on.
Oh, he's positioning himself for the safe spot, or the grace spot on the stage 4, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. And yes, this is the current world record.
It's RNG because the razors are they're not aimed at you. They're random.
Didn't he say that 3.5 bill is possible or something like that?
Yes, 3.5 bill is possible for Snidey. And he'll be going for that in the future.
One day this game is gonna get 10 desires and someone's gonna get 4 bill. I'm just memeing.
This goes way beyond Scorebug. Now, Scorebug is 2.148 bill pretty much. But since this is a 3.357 replay, we're gonna go well beyond that, trust me.
Oh yeah, and I think this is a good time to mention the luring of the UFO and the damage control he's doing. He's being very careful to not kill the UFO, but kill as many of the fairies as he could to fill that up as much as he could.
Yes. At 7 seconds, the UFO will follow you, so that's important, very important.
Yeah, I found that part really tricky when I was trying to learn it for scoring.
Yeah, we didn't see the UFO misdirection pretty much in the first few stages, but it'll come into play in stages 4 and 5 for sure, and 6, of course.
And Nue Ball, oh, I've revealed her identity.
I knew it.
So he's gonna POC the blue waves, because even if there's no UFOs, I mean, they're still gonna be worth something. It's better than letting them fall.
Yeah, and then after C, Sho and Byakuya are gonna drop a lot of point items when you end the spell card.
Oh, and she does give you a life if you don't die or bomb on her. So, yeah.
Which is obvious, because you don't want to die or bomb to that.
Yeah. Oh, and another blue UFO, because as you can see, there's a lot of point items on the screen. And now, there's going to be a power rush, so you're gonna obviously get the rainbows, so we can turn those into point items. But while that UFO is summoned, you can see he's kind of moving around and getting these tokens, because you still want to take advantage of the tokens that are on screen, because no matter what stage you're on, there's always going to be extra tokens that can't really be used for anything else, so it's always good to, clean up the screen whenever you can. And as you can see, these UFOs he's getting are worth quite a lot, because his PIV after stage 3 basically doubled, didn't it? Because of all the grazing on Ichirin and such, so...
His PAV almost tripled, actually.
Yeah.
Ichirin is just that plentiful.
And it's still gonna go up, because there's still gonna be some grazes here and there, and there's still gonna be leftover tokens to pick up, so as you can imagine, now that we're getting really late in the game, the UFOs from here on are gonna be pretty big. But first we gotta fight Murasa, or he has to fight Murasa, and he is going to graze her non-spells. You can see he's already positioning himself for a graze spot, using the portrait for Sane, I'm guessing. And these non-spells are basically static depending on her position, aren't they? So, basically, he has this memorized. He knows how to move through these lanes to go back up every time. So he's not just rushing through an RNG field.
Mm-hmm.
Though I believe on the later nons, they can overlap in such a way where it can be risky, though, right?
It's only the final non that, and he's not going to time that down, because it's too risky.
Understandable. Now for the easiest spell in this entire game, I swear to God. At least on Lunatic.
Oh yeah.
Extra mode has mysterious snake show or whatever.
Yeah, I think this is still harder than Snake Show. Maybe, I don't know.
Alright, now for more milking. Yay.
I love the second non-milk, because as you can see, each lane that he goes through is just like a perfect straight line to go through, to go back.
Yeah, it's memos, so you just learn when to move and just make a diagonal unfocused dash.
And as you can see, Sanai is dashing like Superman.
Oh boy, now we get into the somewhat cancer spots.
Yeah, this spell is annoying. Most random movement does not help.
I wonder if there will be a day when someone does the speed kill method by shotgunning her the entire time.
If they hopefully your movement recuperates.
And now for the non, he's apparently not gonna milk. Well, he'll graze the first wave, obviously, but then... Does he do a suicide on here? Or...
No, he captured it.
Okay. I know Shin did a suicide on here, so...
Yeah, it was a great place of suicide for Shin. But Sanai B has a trick up the sleeve, as we'll see when we get to stage 5.
I hate this spell, and so does ZM.
Yeah, this spell was dumb. I hate random movements.
By the way, guys, how's the stream picking up?
Are you talking to us or the chat?
The chat. Well, you too,
Okay.
I guess.
Oh, it seems good to me.
Excellent.
And now for a timeout spell, which basically it means that you cannot finish it by damaging or killing the boss. You just have to wait for the timer to go to 0. Fortunately, this one is pretty straightforward. As you can see, he's just doing some misdirection strats for this, and I think on the very last wave, he's going to be like positioning himself in the middle of the spawn point, because as you can see, on her waves, the very middle is like a safe spot until the things close in, but on the very last wave, the bullets won't close in exactly, so he can actually graze the last wave. And I think he's about to do it on this wave.
Yep.
Yeah, it's swag.
It's a cute little graze.
Oh, now for stage 5, in which we'll be seeing a lot of juicy UFOs.
Yeah, the score is gonna jump to 2 bill by the end of the stage.
So yeah, obviously he's gonna want to summon blues for the most part. I do think there are some rainbows, but
He's going to summon 2 rainbows, and everything else is gonna be blue.
yeah, and as you can see, there are a lot of items being spawned from these fairies, so there's a lot of score to be gained. That was a 227 mil UFO right there. And all of this can be attributed to the point item value. Next one's gonna be a rainbow. And he's gonna like do this thing where he like, as you can see, he like POC'd, but he wasn't intending on getting the items directly. He just wanted to move them upwards towards the UFO. Kind of a cute thing that you sometimes see in UFO score runs.
Yes.
I think he does it here too, doesn't he?
No, he
no.
just opts to use the exploding frogs to his advantage, and to splash damage recover yin-yings before they can get away. And right here, this is the trick I was talking about with Nazrin. Snai B, her 3-power shotgun is very powerful. And so he's gonna get right up to Nazrin's, right in front of Nazrin, he's gonna shotgun a bit, then suicide. And then he's gonna use the 3-power shotgun and take out Nazrin after that, before moving back down. And greatest treasure is bomb skip right here. This is one of 2 spells, well, for Snai B, one of 3 spells that you fair in the game, and just for the good of PIV and UFOs. This is probably. Oh, what's up?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, here are the juicy UFOs.
Yeah, this is the trickiest UFO in the game at a 3-bill level. You guys, you can see he had to use a precise bomb timing to make sure that didn't get away.
He's also doing some dangerous lane dodging to gather these tokens. Alright, and as you can see, he killed that UFO before those blue items fully got in there. And now he's gonna gather a blue UFO and just get all these point items, just let them all go in the UFO. How much is it? I forgot.
528 point items.
Yeah, it's 461 million from a single UFO.
That's the biggest summon in the game.
Yep, even bigger than the stage 6 ones. Although stage 6 gives the most score overall, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's showtime. And yes, I did just make that pun.
Show is infamous. Curvy razors, annoying spell cards, and KG is going to trump all of that.
That sigh is very representative of this fight, honestly.
This fight is annoying, but fun.
Oh, the second non. Ah!
As you can see, he's going to need bombs entering stage 6. So he's going to suicide on the second non, because it's the best place in the fight to suicide on. So he can get some extra graze from the second non too. And then there's your cancer pearl.
And now he's only got 2 bombs, both of which he does need for stage 6, so he doesn't have any more room for error on show. I imagine it basically, if he were to have to bomb or die, it would just be game over, so.
Yes. It's all or nothing at this point. She's being kind of annoying in her movements. Yeah, she's not being nice right now. You can get like a 9 mil, 10 mil bonus on this thing, but he has to get a 6 mil one.
By the way, to answer the people in the chat, the hardest thing she has is complete clarification. Kappa.
Oh, it is. When you're scoring, it is.
And he's gonna graze this because even this late in the game, I mean, it's still worth grazing this just to make the stage 6 UFOs a little bit more valuable. And look at that, 1.999 bill.
With Sanai, the final non gives like 2.5k grace. It's the final non that you time out in the game.
Yep. So no more timeouts, just speed killing and massive UFOs.
And now we're gonna see the amazingness of free power Sanai B again, because she just makes Vajra a complete joke. If you know where to go on Vajra, then it's the easiest spell card that she has, contrary to popular belief.
Alright, and you can see he's already doing some shotgunning damage at the beginning for complete clarification. This spell is a weird one because while it's theoretically easy, I always see like the best players choke on it every now and then. There's just
hard.
something weird about it, just something weird and uncanny.
Yeah, it's one of the things that just like catches you when you're nervous. It's not a nice spell card.
But now he's got his 2 bombs, his 2 blue UFOs, and his full power, so he's ready to destroy stage 6.
Yeah, stage 6 will crumble. And we can see some nice UFO summons here too. Pretty strategic.
So he's already like damaging the fairies, but he didn't kill them because he wants to wait until about here. Because just to make like the UFOs stay on screen a little longer, right?
Yep. It'll give him just enough time to summon these UFOs. To summon this UFO, and then pick up the tokens.
Yeah.
But he's gonna leave one token remaining on the screen. It has to be one of the tokens. So we could just pick it up right away.
I've always loved this part.
The Space Invader section. Now right here he's gonna... Sanai B makes a section great. Like you can just... She kills these fairies so easily, and then after that you just kill the UFO. Now wait. Because what's up?
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say he's gonna use one of his bombs right here.
I was just gonna say, I think Zune made this stage really well, especially considering how well it works with this game's scoring system. Just a massive pile of point items that you can use to get a last-minute score boost.
He summoned that UFO at a specific time, so this first wave of New Wave, he could get some extra point items instead of UFO.
Gonna bomb and finish her off, and then he's also gonna want to summon another UFO. For this new A-ball, it's important to note that you have to have full power before she ends, because otherwise she won't drop these point items. And as you can see, she drops a whole bunch.
And then he also bombed at a specific time, so the final point item wave would explode, and then so those point items could get into the UFO as well.
And now Byakurin, he's got no lives, no bombs. Basically, he just has to no miss, no bomb, or it's game over. But he's going to be doing a lot of speed killing too on these attacks, because Sanai B is very good at Byakurin because of her good shotgun and splash and all that. Byakurin has a pretty big hitbox too, doesn't she?
Yes. And after the third spell, she's going to lose that hitbox to give Sanai B another benefit. And this is what I was talking about with the POCs now are going to be worth they're going to be worth quite a bit still, because now a POC is basically a spell bonus, kinda, because they drop like 9 mil now, just because this PIV is pretty damn high.
Oh, and I want to point out, so some people might be confused as to why the score is going down, and that's because he hit the counter stop way back then. So if you don't have the V patch or whatever, the score is just going to go downwards. But in case you're curious, the score he has right now is 3.248 billion.
It's just in game where it displays incorrectly. in your results screen and your replay screen, the score is accurate. So
And wow, that was a really risky laser dodge.
yeah, he almost died. He actually on his blog, he actually showed that wow, I can't believe I survived this.
To think that could have put an end to a world record.
Yeah.
And Sanae B's shotgun is so powerful, she can kill that before Byakuren even barely starts revolving around the screen. Alright, Devil's Visitation dies pretty quickly with her as well, doesn't it?
Yep. Sanae B has a pretty simple DR. The only troubleshooting that she has to put up with is Good Omen, I'd say. And Superhuman can be a bit annoying as well. Of course, don't underestimate anything in the fight. Because we saw that even Milky Way could have killed him, so...
Even this, I've seen this kill, like, world record runs too. Like, there's this one old WR Lunatic world record that died on this, but, like, it had an extra life, so it didn't game over, but...
Yeah, Superhuman can be tricky. But it gave him some pretty gentle RNG this time around.
Is he gonna go for, like, the speediest speed kill ever on this, or...?
No, he's just gonna shotgun a few waves and then just capture it. Which is all you need on this spell. Because all you gotta do is shotgun the first 2 waves, and then you get the easiest waves after that, so...
And I imagine at this point, he just wants to play it safe but also efficient, because he's got, like, all this score on his back that he could lose if he were to die.
He actually had a potential world record run before this run that game over on LFS at the very end.
RIP.
And that one would have been 3.36. This one is 3.35, but close enough, as they say. And that was KG's 3.37 bills, maybe. The current world record.
Yep.
So do you want to show the hard mode stage 3 first before going on to extra?
We're just gonna do extra as a change of pace, and then go back to stage 3 and hard.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
So what did you think of that run, Sapphire?
Just, yeah, I don't know. I would never play UFO in my life because of that run.
Oh my god.
That makes me sad. That makes me sad just hearing that.
Oh, well, okay, score UFO.
Okay, well, still that makes me sad. Oh, well, that's fine.
I'm
It's
not
your
a
preference,
huge
so.
I'm not a huge fan of Touhou scoring in general, so don't take it personally.
Oh, did you already start the replay? Sorry, I haven't started it yet.
Oh, we didn't start it yet. We're gonna count down.
Whoops. Anyway.
Oh, did you start? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll count down.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sapphire.
3, 2, 1. There we go.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're having a bit of a change of pace as we're playing as Marissa now and not Sanae.
Marissa has the biggest graze box in the game, and if anyone's seen the STG Weekly the old interview there, the replay showcase, they showed the 3.292 of Marissa A, which is an amazing run, by the way, and I recommend you watch if you haven't. But this one is very nice because when Nyamu picked up Marissa A, Sanae B was the only shot that had 700 mil in the extra, but because Nyamu is amazing, he managed to get Marissa A well above 700 even, 710.
By the way, I want to point out that he was misdirecting those yin yangs as they are aimed at you, so he misdirected it to the top left corner. And as you can see, he lured that UFO to the left of the screen because he wants to keep it alive so he can kill those 4 fairies and add them to that UFO.
And pick up the tokens as well.
Also, I do want to mention that Marissa A has a very good advantage in this stage in the fact that she has piercing on her lasers, so it makes it very easy to kill enemies as her. Maybe not as good as Sanae's spread, or is it better?
In some cases it's better, in some cases it's worse.
Oh, and now for the mid-boss. You might have noticed one thing is that the UFO exploded right as she appeared, so you don't actually have to kill off a UFO to make it die sometimes, because if a boss or a mid-boss is about to appear, that UFO will just finish off on its own.
Also, there's another thing I want to note. As you saw when he started Kagasa's spell, Oh yeah, Kugasa's back, surprise. Anyway, when he started Kugasa's first spell, he started shooting unfocused with Marissa A before focusing. He discovered that Marissa A gets a damage boost if she starts shooting unfocused at full power before focusing, and that's actually a pretty notable change, and it's very significant. And we'll see that on New A, and it's gonna come in main game as well when KG decides to score for Marissa A higher score.
Oh my god, this looks so risky.
Yes, this is a tricky grade to do, especially for Marissa.
He's
And,
like... I was just gonna say, like, as you notice, he was being as high as possible, too, so... Yeah, with Marissa's hitbox, that could have easily been a death. Anyway, as you were saying?
He's gonna be bomb grazing just now. Because Marissa, thankfully, even when she's bombing, she gets her graze benefits, which is also another reason why Marissa A scores so well in this game.
This spell is very important for this stage because it's a huge milk for Graze and PAV, and while this stage doesn't really give you a crazy amount of score overall, do keep in mind it is just an extra, and given that this is UFO, there isn't a lot of, score to be gained from bosses, so basically most of the score from the stage is going to be gained from the stage. And also the clear bonus too.
Now, this is where the trickiest summons come into play. It's right here. Then these big theories have tons of HP too, which is another reason why these are tricky summons, so he needs to be super careful how he handles this. He needed bombs, so his suicide is right there. And then bombs again. Then notice how to point them down, and then he just picks up the token right before they can disappear off the screen. And then he's gonna kill these big theories to add to the juicy summon.
Alright, and now he's just gonna finish off the stage with a bunch of nice UFOs. And yeah, you can see he is doing some... Well, he was earlier, he was clearing up the tokens, the leftover tokens for that PAB. And now he's gonna do the misdirection for these orbs. It's that orb section again. And at the very end of the stage, like, orbs come from all across the screen and they all aim at you and it's all wonderful. He's gonna bomb and kill all these things and fill up the UFO and get that nice 87 million, which is actually quite a lot in this stage.
Yes. So he's gonna be entering Nui 474 mil. Now Nui herself is just survival, just no miss, no bomb here. And she's basically, I just dubbed her as a UFO summon, because she's worth around over 230 mil. Yeah, she's over 230 mil, because he's gonna get 236 mil.
Wait, I was mistaken. The clear bonus isn't even, like, that big in this stage.
No, it's not big.
No, I was thinking of the other Touhou extras where clear bonuses are quite big. Anyway, the spell bonuses are the thing that are big. Because they're like, 20 mil plus, aren't they?
Yes.
It doesn't seem like he'd milk the nons, and I couldn't imagine why, because the thing is that there's no more UFOs to summon, so the only thing that you would make more valuable are just the point item POCs. So...
I know in his Rainbow A run he actually did milk some nons. Kind of funny.
I guess, yeah, if you really, really want to super optimize it, I can see why you would, but... Oh, by the way, this is Mysterious Snake Show, that spell I was talking about earlier that I said was really easy. This is probably the easiest spell in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is not Moth level.
So yeah, there's really not going to be anything too remotely interesting to talk about on this boss fight, simply because it is just survival. Though I guess I could mention how this boss kind of uses the whole UFO gimmick in her fight by, like, summoning, like, actual UFOs that kind of help her out on her spells, which is just kind of a cool aesthetic touch.
Yeah, she starts with the red UFO spell, then the green one, then the blue one, then the green one, and then she have a rainbow one near the end. Did you have any thoughts on the run, Sapphire?
Not really. Just kind of watching along.
what did you think of that stage portion? Because that was the meat and bones of the stage, pretty much.
Pretty good, I think. Lots of nice UFO summons. I don't know.
UFO definitely has one of the stronger extra stages in terms of scoring, I think.
Marissa A's piercing is super good, by the way. This is the final game where Marissa pierces. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I mean, this is just no miss, no bomb.
Now I'm almost just wondering why Shin chose Marissa A to do his run back in like 2012 as opposed to Sun IV.
Well, they're both good options to score.
I suppose.
Didn't he say like he didn't like Sanae's movement or something like that, or is that just a rumor with no base?
Shin?
That's what I heard, but that was just a rumor from the olden days. I don't even know if there's any like facts behind it.
I could always ask KG. Yeah, I might do.
I'd imagine that he just really liked her Grace box. Is it? It's bigger than Sanae's, right?
Yes, it's the biggest Grace box in the game.
Shin definitely seems to favor the Graze route compared to the other runs. His runs have always emphasized on grazing. And
No,
he doesn't even play the riskiest route, does he? Like, he actually gets reds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I was gonna say that Shin did force Sanae on hard mode in Burrell. Just not Lunatic.
Yeah.
Marissa A. I can see Marissa A getting a higher score than Sanae and Lunatic. But that requires, but Marissa's much harder to use, so keep that in mind. I also like how he's just bored. I can tell Nyamu's just like, he's like, come on, hurry up. Gets the graze razors.
And yes, this is a survival spell. It's kind of cool because there's like all these different phases to it. Fancy schmancy.
Also, I like how the background doesn't actually like display correctly on wine.
Oh wow, yeah, it's kind of like glitched there with the fog.
Should file
I guess New Way's just using her extraterrestrial powers, I guess.
Wait, no, it shows up like that on my game too. Like the weird, like graphic-y, like 8-bit things in the background. Is that what you were talking about?
I see it too, actually. Maybe that's intended.
intentional. Yeah, that's intentional.
It's cool though. I like it.
I thought it was smoother than that from the one video I watched with bars, so I thought, oh, it could have just been a wine bug, but no, I guess that's just how it actually is in the game.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, this was Grudge Bow. Pretty cool, random dodging attack.
Yep, and the spell bonus doesn't go down, so you could theoretically time it out and get the spell bonus still, but he was gonna time it out, so. Anyway, that was Nyamu's Marissa A 710 mil. Right now, he's trying to go for the overall world record of Sanae B. So keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna be an amazing run when he gets it.
Yep.
Alright. Now we're gonna go to Shin's hard mode, Reimu B, and we're gonna look at stage 3 and just stage 3 because that's the most iconic thing in the replay. Otherwise, hard mode is basically a watered down Lunatic, except for that stage 3 because it's pretty eventful. So Sapphire count down from stage 3.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is also the only 3-barrel Reimu B replay in the entire that we know of on the scoreboards, and it's amazing just for that because Reimu B, she is definitely the worst shot type in the game when it comes on a scoring standpoint. She has a weak shot. Her bomb is not super helpful as the other bombs when it comes to UFO correction, so you have to be very careful with the way you use the bomb.
And also homing.
Yes, the homing is weak and not very helpful.
So how much does the mid-boss graze change on hard?
You can't graze the entire thing. Like going inside the bullet crowd it's possible, but you just die right away.
Oh damn, so you don't even get to do those crazy things on Lunatic. You just have to like find this memorized diamond.
Yes, you have to memorize this section. It's hard. I've tried it. It's difficult. Shin is the only one to do this, by the way.
I can imagine, because the bullets are spawning in your face. So you have to like, is it static or is there randomness to it?
Static, depending on the movement.
Oh.
It's hard. Very hard. Even KG opts to do it like near the middle of the screen, not like right up an inch in his face.
This is what I was talking about earlier, about Shin just being absolutely aggro with the grazing. And it's probably why he prefers Marissa A2. I mean,
all the graze.
You can kind of play as like all the shots outside of Sanae Lunatic, or Extra.
Yes, outside of Sanae Lunatic and Extra, he scored every difficulty. The hard world record is 3.267 barrel by Shin, of course. Snappy.
I remember there were some days where the hard mode was the overall world record.
Yeah.
Yeah, before Shin did some awesome stuff in Lunatic. And East Price too, for that matter, because East Price's run used to be the overall world record for a couple years.
As you can see, one of those yin-yangs on the left didn't quite make it into that UFO because little Reimu B.
Yeah, Reimu B is not very good.
And yet they're doing the memorized grace spots. Probably easier on hard. Were you gonna say something, Sian?
About I'm just trading for Richard, and that's all.
Oh, I hallucinated you talking. My bad.
It's fine.
Nice.
Oh. And this is where the major changes are, aren't they? With all the grazing.
This boss fight is just insane. Now, what I was gonna say about the first one being harder on hard, the razors, as you can see, are harder to graze. They stick around for longer, but it's easier to accidentally like get killed by them. And then you got to go back into the spot after that, and then because you want to graze these as much as you can, then go back to the spot. It's pretty tricky.
Is the ring tinier on hard?
Yes, it's tinier on hard.
Yeah.
So if you want to do the alternate method, it's still harder on hard to do it, just because the ring is tinier.
Also, is it me or is it asymmetrical, where it's like heavier on the top than on the bottom?
You might be right.
Huh.
But yeah, I've tried this on hard way back then when I was doing UFO, and I did find it harder. So yeah, I vouch for that.
Yep. Thankfully, the spell cards don't really have anything notable. Oh, except the final one, of course, when we get to it. And I'm gonna definitely comment on that when we get to it. But yeah, the other two are just survival. So okay, now here is what's what I'm looking for. Now here's one of the things I heard is different. He super grazes the second non.
This looks so cool. How hard is this though?
Not very hard. You just gotta memorize. It's pretty simple to memorize. You just gotta sit right next to Ichu and then do this graze.
Yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. The third non though, for them remembering, is like insane.
Yeah. This one is easy yet practical. It gives around 6,000 graze, 7,000 graze. Very nice graze.
If I recall, the third non was on ARF's like top 10 super grades thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was number 1.
These spells really don't look that much different from Lunatic. Like, obviously they are, but
yeah. That's why I like UFO hard. It's a good transition to Lunatic. Here we go. The moment we've been waiting for.
oh my god, yeah, because you have to dodge the light blue wave, which comes at the end.
Like, this is just insane. This is the only replay where he's pulled this off. I mean, there's other replays, he did like a couple ways, but he has not managed to do this. And this is the only reason why this replay scored 3 bill.
Jeez, these players.
And now the final non. Not final non, final spell. As you can see, the fists are delayed on hard mode. So you can stick in the eye for a bit longer, which is nice. And then he misdirected that fist right there so we could graze more. This is another reason why hard mode scores are up.
So hard mode actually has an advantage to Lunatic on this.
Yes.
Nice. How much would you say the hard mode of that Graze gives compared to Lunatic?
I don't know the number off the top of my head, but a bunch.
Definitely more.
Definitely more. And that's all I wanted to show for hard mode.
Yep.
Will Shin ever come back? Probably not, but we can dream.
We're waiting for his triumphant return.
Yes. Anyway, is there anything else we want to show off, or?
Guess not.
No, I think we did some pretty good justice at explaining UFO scoring and showing the amazing replays that have been gathered.
Yep. I think we covered all our bases pretty completely.
Good. That was my intention.
So, with all that said, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.
It was fun.
Very fun. Thank you for setting this up. It was super fun.
Not a problem. Anyway, later.
Goodbye.